Okay, here we are on the dashboard of Easy Marketing Graphics. On the left-hand menu, there's various categories or templates, and you can select which type of design you want to create, and you can simply create from scratch by clicking this blank icon, or you can look at the available templates, click on one of them, and then just edit it. Typically what I like to do is grab one that has a layout I like, click on it, and then edit from there. So we're going to grab this one here, and everything is drag and drop, click, drag and drop, simple. So once we have the actual template we want to edit, we're ready to go. First thing I'd like to do is take off these grid lines. Easy to do, but if you do like the grid lines, you can put them back on. You can either have the real fine grid lines or both, or the major grid lines here. But anyway, another nice feature under the same view is this 3D preview. This gives you the realistic as well as the classic views, and these are images that you can actually download and share on social media. Come out really nice, or do any other marketing with them for that matter. Anyways, so moving back to editing the template, again, once you have the template you want, you can simply click and delete. You can click and retype. You can click and change the font to a different font type. Basically anything you can think of you can do. You can resize the font by either grabbing this font size, or you could grab here and stretch it, or use the corners. They'll keep the same dimensions but still a larger shrink. And nice thing too is you can undo a change over here in the undo button, which comes in handy, especially if you make some mistakes. You can see there's multiple undos, so we can get back to the original. Now the other thing is, let's say you want to bring in one of your own images, which obviously is going to be pretty common. You simply click that upload button you just saw me bring in, click upload, and it's going to bring in your own image. And then you can just drag and drop it, resize it as needed. And in this case, I'm going to get rid of this little gear icon and put in our graphic box. So let's see the other things you can do here too, which is nice, is you have color options. For example, shapes that you pull in, certain items you pull in, backgrounds, etc. You can change the color by clicking this little color box and very quickly, easily put in a color you want, or you can even type in a color code, which comes in very handy, and you can see that we can quickly change the colors to match. Well, that gray is probably not the perfect gray. You get the idea. Let's see, we want to make this a blue for the phone and make a red for email. Maybe make this one a yellow. Right? So stands out, gives it a little pop. I'm going to turn off those grid lines just to see how it stands out, and maybe click a quick preview to see how we're coming along so far. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. A lot of times the preview helps to figure out things you might want to change. For example, kind of made me realize we should make this box a little bit smaller. Alright, so now we go back to preview if you want to see the preview. Very quickly and easily you can create some awesome designs. And obviously being able to upload your own images, your options are limitless. You can use transparent images, such as this computer screen. It's transparent because you see it's basically got a big hole in it. You can shrink this down to make it look like the screen, the computer, is actually on any part of the screen, and you can see you can stretch these as well. So you get the idea. Obviously I'm not making a perfect business card here. It's not a real life example, but quickly, easily. Now once you've got your design how you like it, it's really easy to simply download it, which will let you save the file, or you can actually click the save button, which is going to save it as an XML template. And if you save as a template, that means you can simply click the load button, pull in your template, and where you left off on your design, it'll be exactly the same. It pulls everything in, including the images that you've uploaded, so they are stored on our server. The last part I want to show you here is the 4 tabs over on the left. So the first one is your text tab, and with this text tab you can either add new text, place it anywhere you want, change the font to our full selection of fonts, pretty much everything you can think of. You're going to have something that's going to fit the design, and you can stretch it. You can also use the slider bar to stretch. You can center, and it's going to center to the box itself, obviously. Alright, so there's text. You can also change the color of your text. When you're changing the color of text, you're going to use this color option up here. And again, oops, I accidentally clicked somewhere on the design. But so you get the idea. You can change the color of text, anything you want. Maybe we'll make it a blue, stand out a little bit, and put it down here. Now the other thing, obviously, you can change existing text from these templates, and very often you're going to want to take the text that's in the template and replace it with your own text. Now if you don't like the text font that they've used, again, you just simply come up here and click on that text, click the font you want to change to, and it's going to change. And you can just drag and drop. Again, all the icons, everything that are in these templates, everything is movable, rotatable, drag and drop simple, and layered as well, as you can see. So pretty simple. That's the text tab. To close it, you simply click on it. Then you've got the background tab. There's a full assortment of backgrounds, including a transparent background. You can play around with these. There's just a ton of backgrounds in here. You can also use any of the images that you upload as your background. I'm going to show you how that works. Technically, it's not going to be a background until you make it layered in the back. So we're going to take this Mac Air book real quick, and very simply, to make it a background, this is where those guidelines come in handy. You just want to have it to be part of the display, and in this case I want to make it so that you can see the screen, maybe the bottom part of the laptop. I'm using these guidelines as reference point to get close, and then I typically use this 3D preview to see how I'm fitting. Okay, so probably want to go a little bit different on that one, and I want to get rid of what's already here in the back, so I'm clicking on those items to delete. Make sure I didn't delete any of the text that I want on there. Obviously, again, if you did, you can just click the undo button. But once you have the background, the image you're going to use as a background where you want it, you then simply can use the layers to send it to the back. So we'll show you how that works in just a quick second here, and get this kind of centered. It's obviously not perfect, but I think you get the idea. And then I'm just going to use the send backwards layer. You can see items starting to pop up now. You can send all the way to the very back. Right now, since there was a white box here for the text, it's actually kind of gives you a cool design, because you have only half a laptop and the other half is white. So I mean, there's basically anything you can think of to design, you can create it with this software so quickly and easily. I think you're getting the idea. But after backgrounds, the other option is borders. There's a bunch of built-in borders. These are pretty simple, quick and easy to do, but it just throws a border around the whole. I'm using this obnoxious orange one just to give you an idea. Gives you a border around the whole business card, so it kind of makes it stand out, especially if you're using these images to post on social media. And again, you can close it by clicking the tab. And last, there's a ton of graphics built in, including what we call shapes. And with all these graphics, basically you can add anything you want. These are all included. There's no looking up. You just grab the category. Say you wanted to add some business items, like maybe a couple of characters here. Pop them in. We can move this guy over. You can grab a calculator. You can grab these guys, whatever you need to do, and then you can move them, shrink them, enlarge them, rotate them, all the same things you can do with everything else. So pretty cool. Get some of these cleaned up. Pretty cool ability to grab all those. And then last, inside of here, there's shapes. These come in really handy if you really want to enhance your design. For example, we could take this particular shape and maybe send it backwards. And now we have kind of a little chevron type shape. Oh, bring it one layer forward, but with an arrow, kind of giving that little design. Oh, and let's say you wanted to rotate this, you simply could rotate it and have a completely different design, maybe a little abstract design if you wanted to. So, and you can change the color, again, using that colorizer over there. Oh, that color would not be good. So maybe something like that if that was the logo colors. So it's quite a bit you can do here. You can make it a little more subtle design in the background. Do a quick preview. Again, possibilities are pretty endless here. So I think you get the idea. These 4 tabs open up quite a bit more possibility to change your designs. And I'm just going to clean up some of this stuff here. Now, when let's say you get to a point where you just want to completely start over. If you click on the dashboard link up at the top here, it brings you back to the home screen. It will delete anything that you did not save, but again, you can save the design. I'll jump into one right now. You can save the design by clicking the download button. That's going to download the actual image. Or if you're in the preview and you go to 3D preview, it's going to download this image or this image. Now, if you click the save button, again, I mentioned this earlier, it will save an XML file, and that is the one that if you want to come back and do edits to something that you've changed, you'll want to click the save button to save the XML file, and then use the load button to load up the XML file later. For example, if you changed this and you added your own images, and let's say you just grabbed some of your own images, just grab my icon or my logo real quick, and get rid of that one, get rid of that, and let's say I wanted to come back. I just got started and then I want to come back later and change this. I can click save, and now I can enter the name of the new file. We're going to call it demo. And now the nice thing is, if I click on dashboard, go back to the beginning, you'd think that's gone. Well, the reality, it's not. I can go to a blank one even and then say load and go to the XML file that it just created, which is right here, and there it is. So, and including my image that I uploaded. So the nice thing is, if you do save those XML files, you can load them later, and you can access them anywhere. So if you do an intensive amount of work, I highly recommend you save those as you go, so you have backups. But if you just want to download the image, we can just say easy. Well, I'll just click on the same name. Actually, I can't click the same name. And then now we could go in, I'll just go over here real quickly so you can see. We can go in the image that I just saved. There it is right there. Is there, ready to go. So as you can see, it's very simple, easy, straightforward software to use. You can quickly create pretty much anything you might need for your business and save it, save the work as you go. You can create for other businesses, whatever you like. And again, there's a ton of built-in graphics in all kinds of categories that definitely come in handy. In fact, I really like these devices that you can use by clicking send backwards, turn them into frames. It's pretty cool. As you can see here, it'll be very useful. Resize them as we need. And you've got some pretty good graphics. Change the background. background. It's a shape that has that color fill on it. So I think a nice gray will probably be good. And there we go. Pretty cool. Simple and effective. Alright, well thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And be sure to get your copy of Easy Marketing Graphics today.